Special teams coordinator August Mangin, the Demons getting ready for the season, and special teams is 1/3 of the game. How much emphasis gets put on teams in practice?
We're pretty heavy emphasis on it in practice. You know, Coach T, when he was at Nichols, he was the special teams coordinator. So he knows the importance of it, gives me plenty of time for let me do what I want to do. He's heavily involved in, you know, how much time do we need? How much time do you think we should have? Should we take the kicker's legs off? You know, what do we need to do with our returns? You know, personnel's big with him and same with me. Sit down all the time, go through all the personnel, try to match them up as best as possible because a lot of really good teams in this conference and, you know, want to put our guys in the best position to be successful.
Northwestern made a quantum leap forward in special teams play statistically last year, led the nation in punt coverage, ranked highly in the Southern Conference in most every category, and the nation's all-purpose All-American and Ed Egan. So what do you do for an encore?
Well, the guys know what's ahead of them. They know we're not going to surprise anybody. All the younger guys and the guys that were here last year that are returning, they've really stepped their game up. All the drills we've done, all the stuff we've installed, it's gone really good. Everyone's playing really fast. They know what's ahead of them. Not looking ahead, but they know the teams that we play coming up are really good on special teams. You know, Southeastern, Coach Roberts, he's pretty much he spearheads their special teams, does a really great job. Coach Hudspeth, he spearheads their special teams at ULL. So, you know, anytime a head guy is really that involved in special teams, you know they're going to be pretty good. So our guys know the challenge. They've really bought in, and they're willing to step their game up. So it's good with me.
All right. From a standpoint of Ed Egan's success in the return game, clearly Ed's an incredible talent, but it's not just Ed Egan, is it?
No, the guys that are blocking for him on kick return and punt return, they know how good he is. I mean, there's no, hey, you know, I'm better than he is. You know, they all know what the deal is. And they all want him to be really successful because whenever he does interviews, whenever he talks to them, he does a really good job of giving them the majority of the credit. You know, one guy that sticks out in my mind big time is Matthew Flores. He's kind of the off returner on kickoff return, and he's on punt return, and he's kind of like his sidekick, you know. And, you know, without that guy, a lot of stuff that Ed does I don't think would be possible.
Special teams is really all about the unsung hero, isn't it?
Yeah, the unsung hero, that's where it's at. And we got about 10 of them on each unit. You know, besides the kicker, punter, and Ed, everybody's kind of, you know, the old school no-name defense, the no-name special teams.
Now talk about your kicker and punter. They're both seniors. They've certainly developed tremendously during their careers and certainly during last season.
Well, I think the very beginning of the season with both Andy and Chris, the success they had in the very beginning of the season has given them confidence going forward. The biggest credit that I want to give to is for their development over this past offseason is Coach Coachman and the strength staff and the job they've done with them. You know, when I came in, you know, just evaluating them initially, I thought both of them were a little bit overweight, a little tight in their hips. Coach Coachman, Coach Chadwick, Coach Beeson, and Coach B-Rye, as I call them, they've done a great job implementing, you know, all sorts of like yoga and stretching techniques, and you know, all those guys have really bought in, and they do it every day. There's no days off, and I mean, you can just tell the difference in their bodies and, you know, how they're moving around and how the balls are flying off their feet.
All right, everybody's back except the snappers. What's your situation there?
Both snappers, Cody Nelson, who was redshirt last year, he was a high school kid, freshman last year, so he'll be a redshirt freshman. And then they got Ryan Wailert from Georgia Military College. It's a JUCO, but he actually started at South Carolina State as a freshman 2 years ago and transferred to junior college. And the unfortunate shooting that happened there, that was part of the reason why he left. Both guys are very, very talented. You know, they're very good snappers. It's just going to come down to game experience and getting them in the game and getting them right. But I have the utmost confidence in them. I know they're really, really good. And once they go out there, they're going to do the job.